You're listening to the Quince podcast.
India's farmers who have vowed to carry on with their agitation for as long as it takes for the centre to scrap all the 3 farm laws gave a nationwide shutdown call on 8th December, one day before the 6th round of talks between the farmer leaders and the ruling party is set to take place. As the support for the agitating farmers have grown across India, what response did the Bharat Bandh evoke in different parts of the country? While the whole protest has been spearheaded by farm unions and farmer organizations, several opposition parties from across India also joined in to lend their support. Early in the day, the Aam Aadmi Party even alleged that the Delhi police had placed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal under house arrest since his visit to the Singhu border a day before, although the Delhi police denied doing so. And by no means was this protest just limited to Delhi. Several BJP and non-BJP ruled states like Karnataka, Maharashtra, Bihar, Odisha and Tamil Nadu also saw similar demonstrations of blocking roads and rails by farmer organizations. Surveillance drones were used by the Delhi police to keep an eye on the law and order situation. Security was beefed up at the border as well as outside important government buildings like the Krishi Bhavan and offices of political parties in Delhi. After weeks of continuous protest, what do farmers have to say? What is delaying the resolution between the centre and the farmers? In this episode, the Quince reporters Shadab Muizi and Himanshi Dahiya will bring you voices from Tikri and Singhu border, which have come to be the epicenter of the farmers' movement. You're tuned in to The Big Story, the podcast where we dissect the headline-making news for you. And I'm your host, Shalpuri. In a press note that was released on the evening of 8th November, the All India Kisan Sangharsh Coordination Committee, or the AIKSCC, termed the protest a huge success. As per the press release, more than 50 lakh people participated in 20,000 places. And I'm reading a few lines from the press release as well. Quote, "The enthusiastic response of the people of the country to the Bharat Bandh called by the farmers' organizations, including AIKSCC, has refuted the government's claims of these laws being beneficial to farmers and being a savior for the economy." End quote. Calling the Bharat Bandh successful, farm leader Gurnam Singh Chadhuni said that the government now knows that they don't have a way out. If in Delhi farmers blocked roads, in Maharashtra members of a farmers' organization staged a rail roko protest in the Buldhana district. In Odisha, roads were deserted as farmers supported by different political parties and trade unions held picketing at railway stations and bus stops. In Telangana, with employee unions of the Telangana State Road Transport Corporation backing the shutdown call, buses were confined to depots. In Bihar too, very few vehicles were seen out on the roads, as the Mahagathbandhan led by RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav appealed to the people to support farmers in their Bharat Bandh. In Begusarai, Congress workers even burnt tires in protest. In Karnataka, even as Chief Minister Yediyurappa claimed that there was no support for Bharat Bandh in the state, protesters blocked the Bengaluru-Mysuru highway at Iju Circle. In fact, according to a report on the Indian Express, Karnataka Rajya Raita Sangha President K. Chandrasekhar said that members of around 300 farmer organizations would be participating in the protest. Meanwhile, Akya Horata, a coalition of farmer, labor and Dalit groups, started an indefinite protest in Bengaluru. In Uttar Pradesh, where CM Yogi Adityanath has asked authorities to ensure that there's no inconvenience faced by people, the Bharatiya Kisan Union decided to hold demonstrations at 65 points in Lucknow, and most of these places are the entry points to the state capital. In Kolkata, left political parties held protest on railway tracks at Jadavpur railway station and stopped a train. In Guwahati, a few people who were protesting in front of the Janta Bhavan were detained. So that's how widespread the impact of the movement has been. But what is the reason to call for a Bharat Bandh now? Harbir Singh, who's protesting at Singhu border between Delhi and Haryana, says that the farmers want the government to know what happens when the whole country joins in on a bandh.
भारत बंद ऐसे करके बुलाया गया भाई सारे भारत को गुस्सा है सारा भारत ऐसे कह रहा है अभी किसान के जेडे कानून है रद्द
call for this bandh because the entire nation is angry and they want these laws to be repealed. This is all we are saying. People are lending the support themselves, not because we have asked anybody to support us. We want Modi ji to realize what happens when the entire country goes on a bandh. They're calling farmers terrorists.
मोदी जी ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਏ ਵੀ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ को तो आतंकवादी दस रहे सी पहला
Gurdeep Singh from Ludhiana says that this law is dangerous not just for farmers but also consumers.
हमारे पर तो छोड़ो, सबके ऊपर असर पड़ने वाला है। जो ये बिल आए ने, किसान के लिए तो खतरनाक है ही, ये आम जो भी जनता गरीब के लिए सबके लिए खतरनाक है। जो आज अनाज 18 रुपए 20 रुपए जापना।
It won't just affect farmers. These laws will affect everyone. It is dangerous for everyone. We sell at the MSP, but then you see the same produce being sold at higher cost at retail chains. If they're buying maize at 9-10 rupees from us, they're selling it at 46 rupees. It's not just me. Everybody, including the poor, has to feed themselves, right? For about 2 years, the corporate players will buy from us and eventually try to do away with the APMC mandis. Where will we sell then? They would have to sell at any rate. When we won't get the right price for our produce, we would have to sell our lands. Our children's future will be jeopardized. Modi is bringing these laws for Adani and not for the farmers.
बेचनी पैनी है, इन्होंने औने पौने रेटां विच लैके किसान पे फसल तो पैसे कमाऊगा ना। जब फसल ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਮੁੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ ਵੇਚਣੀਆਂ ਪੈਣੀਆਂ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੀਆਂ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ, ਹੈਂਡਓਵਰ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਪੈਣੀਆਂ। ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਤਾਂ ਰੁੱਲ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਨਾ ਗਾਹਾਂ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੋਦੀ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਅਡਾਨੀ ਅਬਾਨੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਿੱਲ ਲਿਆਂਦੇ, ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਬਿੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ।
But why are the farmers continuing with their protest despite the centre holding talks with them? Why aren't they calling the protests off? Gurdeep Singh, a farmer protesting at Singhu, says that farmers won't yield until the centre does.
मान लो कानून ही ना रद्द करे जी, कानून रद्द करे तो फिर ही मानेंगे।
We are not halting the protests because the laws haven't been scrapped yet. Until they yield, we won't stop. They call us terrorists. Tell me who is a terrorist among us? Look around and tell me. Look into our trolleys and see if you have any ammunitions. They are belittling us farmers by trying to divide us into religions and caste and creed and levelling allegations that we are terrorists and whatnot.
कोई उग्रवादी है, ये फलाना नस्लेट है, ये है वो है।
What has especially enraged farmers in the middle of this protest is the kind of mainstream media reportage it's been receiving. A few top news channels have bandied the term quote-unquote Khalistani terrorists, very often with the farmers' protest during the coverage, suggesting a larger conspiracy but without any evidence. To counter the propaganda, farmers and children of farmers have taken it upon themselves to fact-check misinformation, releasing press notes and trending Twitter hashtags. And in the Bharat Bandh, they were also seen holding black placards with messages like, quote-unquote, shame on the mainstream media who's against farmers. This is what a protester said about why farmers are angry with mainstream media.
आप ये भी पढ़ लो, इसमें हमने स्पेशली मेंशन किया है नेशनल मीडिया जो फार्मर के अगेंस्ट है, क्योंकि वो डे 1 से, जैसे मैं अभी नाम मेंशन नहीं करूंगा।
In our placard, we have specifically mentioned the national media who are against farmers. From day 1, certain mainstream channels have been claiming that we are Khalistani terrorists. But that's totally false. That's why we are here to protest peacefully with placards. We have to highlight the facts ourselves on social media to counter the negative reportage by mainstream media because they have such a wide reach. So we have decided to use similar methods and promote our cause on social media platforms. Even if this country isn't listening, at least internationally people are watching this protest.
With the pressure mounting on the government, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has met representatives from protesting farmer unions on 8th December. Meanwhile, a joint delegation of opposition parties is scheduled to meet President Ramnath Kovind on 9th December. But how much longer before a resolution? Stay tuned. If you like listening to this episode, please subscribe to the Big Story playlist for episodic updates. We're live on Apple, Google Podcast, Spotify, JioSaavn, and most of the other popular podcast streaming platforms. For other podcasts, please log on to the Quint website and check out the podcast section. For any feedback, shoot an email to podcasts@thequint.com.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint's website and check out our other podcasts.